Hello folks and welcome back to Mindustry. We are here today doing, I don't know what, there are tons and tons of exposed sectors that we have not really had a chance to explore right now. And I don't know what the best method to go is. So I'm going to rely on you guys to help me out here because I'm just going to pick a random sector and play it today. But I really want you guys to help me. If you can, please guide me on what I should do next. I know I need more depots. I know I should probably be taking care of some of these eradication bases. I just don't know what I need to do to progress in the game more. Like, should I go for one of these next to an eradication base so we just build up more fronts on there? Should I go over to Desolate Rift? I just don't know. But last time we captured one of these guys, I think it was this one, and I would like to go back and just kind of start filling in some of these things. They're low threat areas, which is nice because that means we don't have to spend time on defense. We can start going through and building out some of these things to hopefully make them better depots or to have a big launch center, which is kind of what my ultimate goal is, I think. So I'm going to max these out. Again, we're launching from Stained Mountains. I'm not too worried about any of this. So we'll launch in and we will see exactly what we're doing. And I'm not sure why certain places are picked for where we launch from or what we don't launch from. It's kind of weird. All right, let's pause this and just take a look and see. We have some copper. We have some scrap. More copper. Lots of scrap. Little lead. More copper. Okay, so we're rich in that area. Taking a look, more scrap. There's some water. What is this over here? Dark sand. Okay. This is a pretty desolate kind of area. There's not a lot going on here. But I'm assuming they're going to be coming from up here, and hopefully we'll just be able to build on a whole bunch of stuff. My concern for this one is I don't think I have a source of power that's readily available to us. So let's unpause and just fly up here and just see what we have available to us, and then we can kind of maybe make a better decision. I'm hoping they're coming from this area up here. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's a little better for us because what we can do is we can throw on some pneumatic drills because we don't have any source of power right now. So I'm not going to go in and dump all of my work into that because I'm going back to my old school ways. We don't have to worry about all of the power requirements for things because we simply just don't have it. So what we're then going to do is just go every other. There we go. And then we'll get that stuff built on to start off with. And then I think we're just going to go Salvo City. That one we're going to cancel. We're going to build on the rest of these here, hopefully very quickly and easily. And then no, I canceled that one, didn't I? Yeah, I don't want that one built. I'm assuming we have this Sector 1 just as is. I could be completely wrong. That could be wildly misplaced confidence, but we're going to roll with it. So we're going to use some of these depots here. We're going to set them to launch into our current sector, which is Sector 205. We'll select that. Get them going. There we go. Look at us loading up. There we are. And you can see we're going to survive most of the waves as is. We don't have to do anything special. We're going to survive most of the stuff that we need to face right now without having really to do any real work, which is awesome. It's also a little sad, but hey, we worked for it. I mean, we've put together a lot of stuff to try to make this happen, so we're going to let it happen and do its thing. But let's go back here to Sector 205. We'll get in here and get all of that built. And honestly, once we have this built, it might already win us what we need. We'll find that out a little more here as we play. We're going to put some titanium walls in, I think. And plastium walls, what do those do? And they protect us from energy projectiles. That sounds like a good thing. So we'll see how good or bad of a job we do here. I'm just interested to see what our real choices are here, because I don't think we really honestly have all that many. We do plastium walls. What are they? Only 20. Okay, and a little amount of glass. Okay, we can afford that. But yeah, this sector kind of doesn't have a lot of stuff, so we're going to play through this hopefully pretty quick and get a nice quick W and maybe set up some basic stuff to be able to send our core requirements out, like copper. And I guess we could do stuff with scrap, but the problem is we need just a ton of power to be able to really supply this with anything, and we don't have a ton of power right now. So that's going to be an interesting little thing that we're going to have to figure out here. Though we have spores. Can't we do something with spores? They're, what is spore press? Changes spore pods into oil. Okay, then we change oil into coal. That's a possibility. We have tons of spore stuff here. Alright, let's just really quickly go out to nuclear production complex just because we are currently under... Oh no, we're just facing all this stuff. This area is just ridiculous how many attacks it faces. But you can see now we survive all 19 waves. So I'm not real worried about this one. But I do want to try to get maybe a little bit more done here. It just seems like a waste to have all of this scrap and not be able to really do much with it. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to stick an unloader on here. And with that unloader, we are going to make a spore press. Which is going to output oil. And then we're going to take that and go into a coal centrifuge. And then we're going to take that coal centrifuge. And that's going to output into a steam generator. And then that's also going to need to have a water extractor. It's not going to be a very good water extractor, but it's going to be our water extractor, and we love it. Okay, and I'm just going to put these up somewhere over there for right now. And the same thing, we'll put this down here somewhere. I don't really know. And we're just going to store it into some batteries to start off with here. And then we're going to need to build just a couple of basic things to get our power production rolling here. And hopefully we can just build power out of nothing. Which would be super, super cool. So the only thing this one's struggling with is it doesn't have enough water. So we're going to have to supply another area of water. And there we go. This guy is doing its thing. You're doing its thing. Alright, cool. Again, we have no real purpose behind this. It's just kind of neat to be able to do it. I think we're just going to load up this area with stuff that we don't necessarily need. So it's just going to be a big area to import lots of random stuff. So all that's going to come down this way. Over here. And we'll do that. Cool. You can see we still aren't even able to fill up that belt as is. So we're going to grab some more of these, and I don't know. I'm a little unsure of what I should be doing right now. Let's go come over here and over there. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Go there. Nope. Go there. There we go. Okay. And maybe, just maybe, we'll fill up a belt of stuff. But even still, like, it's wild to see the difference in production. We can just put on some of our air blast drills and knock out these belts really quickly. And you can see with these, we're having to fill up a whole bunch of stuff just to get them to do what we hope that they would do otherwise. But you can see, we're getting there. It's doing its thing. It's just not all that interesting. And it's not working all that quickly. But that's okay. We will get there with all of this, hopefully in the very, very near future. What else can we do here? So we are producing our power. We're storing the power. Let's add a couple more battery storage options here. This seems awfully excessive, but I'm okay with that. So we're producing like 200 to 300 pieces of power per second, and we have 700,000 capacity. It's a little overkill, but that's okay. All right, let's move this along. Oh, we have this guy coming in who gets blasted immediately. We'll do that. All that's going to go up that way. Cool. Then we'll do this, and that's going to go all the way up there, like so. There we go. Okay. And this is the most unnecessary thing I've ever done in this game, I think. But I kind of dig it. I love that there's random things of black sand. What is this area here? I know it's not sand, I know it's not ice, but what is it? Is it like salt flat kind of areas? Like just dried up ground? Because it looks kind of cracked and stuff, but a little funky. All right, hey, look, we're finally filling this whole thing up for the most part. There we go. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay. In a perfect world, I would have multiple versions of this setup. So it would go boom, boom, and then when boom, or this area we would have coal coming out, and then we'd go up here and produce some steam generators up there. But we just don't have that option. I mean, we have other things we could do. We could easily put on some RTT generators and do a whole lot of stuff here. So if we wanted to, what is it? Not an incinerator, not a coal centrifuge, a pulverizer. We'll take scrap and make sand, which we do not need. A dismantler will take scrap and slag, and it outputs actually a fair amount of stuff with that. A separator is going to give us a fair amount of stuff just by doing its thing. And I think that's what we're going to focus on here is we're going to get a separator or two. But first we need to be able to mine a whole bunch of this stuff. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit, I think, here and just use that bad boy in place of all of the other things. There we go. All right, that should fire up. It looks like we have a storm coming in, which is going to affect our production. All right. Inside of there, we need to have... Let's do 2 of those. So we'll go boom and boom. Then our factory here, we have a melter, which are then going to flow right into the separator. And hopefully we can just output that straight over and up. There we go. Now it's using up power probably. Actually, not as bad as I thought. But it is using up power. We are getting stuff done though, so that's good. And let's see. Can I get more melters along the sides there? I can. So we'll do that and that. There we go. Look at that. We're doing things. So now we're running way down on power, so I think my next natural option here, not that it's natural at all, is we're going to add on an RTG generator. Just for funsies. It's going to take a little while to build it. But that's going to supplement this power over here. And now we're on the plus side of the power game, which is what we want. This is producing all it can produce. And we still could produce more, but we just don't have the capacity right now to really go bananas with this. And we're not going to be using up much of some of this stuff. But what we can do now is I can go over and get the, is it disassembler? Yeah, the disassembler. We could do the same thing here with the disassembler. We just need some slag, and that's going to produce a whole bunch of fun for us because we can get thorium out of there, which means we can actually power ourselves and do some more things with that. So I'm going to set that up somewhere out here. Let's put it there for right now. And then we'll put on 1, 2, 3. That's not what I wanted there. I want melters on there. And the melters, again, we need 7.2. It only needs 7.2. Is that all? Am I reading that right? 7.2. Okay. It only needs the one. Interesting. I feel like it needs more. So we're going to add 2 just because I can. And then we'll go in here and boom, ba-dum. Boom, ba-dum. And this guy, bad boy, is going to come this way, over here, and up. Then that's going to come over here and down. But we are going to put in inverted sorter. Right out of the gate there. And that inverted sorter is going to be looking for thorium. And then we can have it go down this way. And we can put in, power-wise, we can put in like 2 or 3 or 4 RTT generators. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What are we missing here? Oh, you don't have enough power? Is that all we're missing? Well, we can fix that. We have RTG Generator City. Oh, I'm sorry. I just need to straight up run slag in there too. So we'll do that. That's easy enough. There we go. We're pumping everything out. We're doing our job. And anything extra, we're just going to throw into the core. So if any extra stuff gets out of there, and then we should be able to solve our power problem. So let's go ahead and dismantle this, this, and this. Because these guys are firing. They are producing 270 each. And you can see we even had an extra one go out. So we are doing the work. We are getting stuff set up the way that we need to do. All right. This is a completely unnecessary way to set up power, but I kind of love it. One, it gives us a use for spore pods, which we haven't really done anything with. And then we can also, we have space. Like there's a lot of space here. If we wanted to set up some more stuff, we could do it. I don't know if I want to do that just because this sector is kind of boring. And we should be able to just plow through all this stuff pretty quickly. But I am intrigued by the different ideas. My main problem is power on this one. We have sources of stuff, but they are energy intensive sources. If we go in and take a look at the disassembler, it's going to require 240 power per second. So essentially it is powering 4 of these, which is great, but we knock out 1 just straight out because we don't have the power for that. And that's a little bit of a bummer. It's not a big deal, but I don't know. I think I could use that power a little better in other places. We also have to consider the air blast drills. They use power too. So that air blast drill is using, was it 180? So that's another RTD generator between that and then our water extractor. That one is using up 90. Yeah, so we basically lose half of our stuff. Oh, I didn't even include the melters, which I don't even know what those use up, huh? So they're only 60. Okay. So, I mean, like, we're using roughly half of our power just running the machines that help us get power, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just not the energy-intensive thing that or energy-free thing that I would like to do. But it's fun because we can set these up to make copies forever and not have them be a big deal. So maybe we'll find another area of scrap and we'll do something similar to this setup here. So I'm going to hit F and highlight that. And I'm hoping we can find another area of scrap that makes sense to do that. There's one there. And when I have this highlighted, I can't zoom out. So another one over here. Let's do this one first and just see what we can roll up here with. So we'll do that. So I have 1, 2, and 3 of these. I don't know if that makes sense. We'll find out. And then we can run all of that stuff once we get more power and all of the things. There we go. Okay. So we're just building up that disassembler. Beautiful. So they all have power now. They just need slag and sand, or slag and scrap. So we will get that satisfied with that one. Throw on a nice little water extractor on there. Then that's going to come straight down. This one's going to come... That can come straight down, I guess, too. And then this one can come over and down as well. Alright, we are losing power, so I'm going to put on an overflow gate here, an inverted sorter, should I say. It's going to be the exact same as the one before, but this time it's going to run over here and then down. There we go. Okay. And this time I'm going to rearrange this a little bit, I think, because it's just a hot mess. So we're going to do RTT generators. Let's see. So I want them to eventually output there. So we're going to do a line of them there. Get rid of all that. And we'll put them in up there. And basically I want to put a vault up here. But I do need to make sure that all of this is taken care of first. Alright, here comes all the stuff. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of these guys for now. They're going to come back, but we're just going to get rid of them just for right now. Because I want to put a nice big vault on here. Once those pieces go away. And then I can put an unloader right there and have it just go down that line. Because we can put more of these RTT generators on this other side. And that should max out our production of any of this stuff really quickly. Alright, so the vault has been built. We have the unloader and all that. Now that should be flowing through. Cool. There we go. We're clearing it out. It's going to be a little messy. And the sandstorm has stopped, thank God. And we're still negative power. This unloader is not as fast as I had hoped. So let's go in here and add some more RTT generators. And they're not producing as much thorium as I thought they would. That's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I thought they'd produce more. But power-wise, we're back on the plus side of power, which is where we want to live. And I'm sure this is not the most efficient setup for all of this. I can guarantee you there's better ways to do all of the things that I'm doing right now. What I might do is wipe out this whole get up for now. And we're going to copy this again. And build up those things so we can get this one rolling as well. And we're way on the plus side of power. Like, all of these are getting their power sources and they're happy, so that means I'm happy. And this looks like it's working okay. It's not the best, but it's not bad. And this will fill up slowly but surely. It will get filled up, and then we have all of the things that we need to have. All right. So production-wise, is there anything that we can really do with what we have right now? This requires thorium and sand, which we do have in spades here. So we could theoretically, I mean, it's not like we have tons of it, but we have a little bit. Let's just see if we just put that there. Or, no, not there. I'm sorry. I'm going to put it right next to this. And I want to put an inverted sorter on those. Alright, and that requires 10 sand and 4 thorium. Okay, so let's go in here. And we're going to put on 2 inverted sorters. One's going to go there, one's going to go there. This guy is going to be for sand. And this one is going to be for... What do we need? Thorium. Okay, that one gets to stay the same. Okay, cool. And then we'll take that and go there. Power-wise, it says it's yo-yoing, but I don't know why. And look at that. We have just a little dumb area that is making little dumb things. I love it. I'm very happy with all of that. It's completely unnecessary, completely unexpected for a world like this that we have like legit things being made, but it's cool that we do. What else can we build? Surge. What does Surge require? Copper, lead, titanium, silver. That's not happening. Plastium. What does that require? Oil and titanium. Again, it'd be cool, but we just don't have the capacity for it. All right, this guy is going to have to output over here an extra just in case that fills up, which it clearly has here. Why are you waiting on sand? Oh, it backed up. My bad. Okay. There we go. Huh. Okay, this is not the best idea for how to set that up. So we'll rearrange. Not a big deal. We just need to move those farther down the line here. So that inverted sorter is going to go here. And that's going to be for thorium. Actually, I think they're going to change that for sand here eventually, but we'll get there. So that's going to be for sand. This guy's going to get deleted. We will put that there. That goes there. And then we're going to have another inverted sorter back here. And that's going to be for thorium. There we go. I'm sure those of you who are good at this game are absolutely screaming your heads off at all of the mistakes I'm making. And I'm cool with that. It doesn't make sense really to do that because we could just mine it here. And I theoretically could just output thorium from this and make a big factory. But I don't want to use up... We don't have a ton of power. Like, we're plus 1,000 right now. Or plus 800 or so. But it's not like it's a wild amount of power that we're using up. Let's add on another air blast drill because we can. And we'll put you there. And hopefully that will start making this thing produce more. There we go. Okay. So at least this thing's producing. It's doing its thing. And we're just waiting on sand. Sand is our problem on this one, so we're just going to help it out a little bit. Not going to put anything crazy or expensive or power hungriness in there, but we need sand to be able to do this. The thorium seems to be flowing. We have the thorium all the time. We just don't happen to have the sand. My goodness gracious. Okay. So now hopefully that's going to be... It's not a wild source of any of that stuff, but it's fine. We haven't even paid attention to the bad guys. So we already know we're going to win, which is a nice feeling to have. But I don't know what to do with all this space. We have so much space, and I don't know what to do with it. The problem is that power is very expensive for us to do in this one. These stupid little things. What I should do, or what I could do, is even make this place even more rock solid. Bring up some more power for them. And at least allow it to rebuild the walls that we have. Alright, so we can at least put on a men projector. Or 2 of them. That should at least help us repair some of the stuff we have down. Mainly that large plastic wall right there, which is taking the brunt of all the power, or all the firepower that we've had at us. And we could even put on some force projectors if we wanted to. You see there's an immediate hit to the power. But that's okay. We can deal with that. Now we're kind of rock solid. I don't think there's going to be much of a problem. I mean, we're already rock solid in this world, but I don't think there's going to be any real issues with them doing their thing here. So they're coming on down. Look at this guy dancing around. And they're just getting destroyed, and that's what we want. And we're just going to continue going through here. It's going to be a quick one, I think. But I'm interested to hear you guys' thoughts on this whole setup. Oh, God. All right, so we need an overflow gate is what it's telling me. All right, so let's go to overflow gate. And that's just going to go straight in there like that. It's going to pop out a whole bunch of that stuff for just a second because it was all backed up. Now we should be good. There we go. So I'm having fun learning a lot about how the game functions right now, because this is not like prior to this. Like when I started this, all of this was unimaginable to me, that we'd be able to make power out of nowhere. Like if we didn't have coal, like we weren't making power. Now we can, and that's a really cool kind of thing to have, that we can either build solar panels that are able to output stuff, or we can produce spore pods that can do stuff, or we can just go ahead and derive elements or things out of here to let us power all of the things. I can see that we are down on power here, which is a problem. It's kind of going back and forth between good and bad. That's one of the reasons why I like to build big battery banks, is because when that does happen, we're not reliant on making sure that all of that's functioning the way that it should. We can just kind of hope and pray, and it seems to work out for us all right. All right, so we got all of that doing its thing. We have tons of ability to add solar panels. So let's go on here and add just a really big solar farm. These are not all that interesting, but I don't want to use up the big guys. I think the small ones are going to be just fine for what we're doing in this particular sector. All right, and we'll see how that does, because that's a ridiculous amount of stuff. Oh, we have another sector under attack. It's going to survive, so we're okay. And nuclear production complex did solve its problem. Uh-oh, what are we out of? We're out of lead. Interesting. Okay. Let's go find some lead. A little there, a little there. All right. Here's the fun part of this game, is that we can just make all the stuff, or get all the stuff that we need to do all of the things, even though we have to sacrifice a little bit in efficiency to do it. Oh no, we don't even have lead for that. Alright, let me just go in and mine some lead here real fast. We might even build some friends to help us out with that. Alright, so we have that, which should allow us to build that guy, which is then going to power this whole thing, which then we can throw down here and onto there. gonna pause building just for a hot second. We'll take on that burden. Throw that on there. Go back to building. There we go. Look at all that lead. It's beautiful. This is a dumb answer to how to play this game, but I'm digging it. I like it. This is fun. So we're going to go in and solve those problems. Let's see, what do we have bad guy wise? Power wise, how are we doing? Doing just fine. You do nothing to us. Oh, we actually have some... I mean, they're not like super high powered units, but they're better than nothing. Cool. Alright, so this guy's producing lead. This belt is getting full, which is fine. Oh, that's right. We have all these solar panels. That we have now used up all the lead for. Alright. But we got there. It's going. It's doing its thing. I'm fine with this going every other type of stuff here. That's fine. And we're loading belts up, which is what I really love. I suppose what I could do is at least get rid of all thorium way ahead of time. So let's go to an inverted sorter here. Got our thorium. We can just dump that straight down onto that belt. And at least that is going its own way. And hopefully we'll clear out a little extra capacity on this one belt. Who knows? We'll see what happens with it, but we'll see. It's doing its thing. That's fine. We do not need to be... I mean, I know we have sand. We have 9,000 sand here. We absolutely do not need that, but that's okay. Alright, and the other thing I want to do is... Air factory is just going to require a little bit of lead. So we'll put that going there. And then we will put an unloader right there. And that's just going to unload whatever this air factory needs for a mono. And why are you not doing anything? You have power. What do you need? What did I do with this air factory? Why is that air factory not functioning? I clearly did something very wrong. Alright, let's unbuild that one. And figure out why I messed up. I'm sure it's very obvious. I had it next to these. Maybe I was trying to unload sand in there? I don't know. So we're just going to hang out for a sec while we build up enough to get 70 lead. Oh, you know why? That's not our core. This is our core down here. I am not a smart person sometimes. All right, we're going to get rid of all this stuff. I don't need it. We just need to make sure they have power to connect down to our battery vault. Because now we don't have any battery power. Now we do. Yay us. All right, let's go in here, build our air factory. It's funny. No matter how many times I've played this game, I make the simplest of mistakes all the time, and then I cannot figure these out. It's mainly because I don't use disassemblers very often, if at all. And when I use them, I clearly get thrown because I'm not used to having them function the way that they're meant to function. We are moving nicely along with getting all this done. It's going to be a short matter of time, and hopefully this guy's going to go right there, grab up all that lead, and throw it back. That's the plan anyway. Power-wise, we're doing just... Oh, look, it was even closer. It's even one I didn't even see there. Gorgeous. All right. So we have that. This is the most ridiculous sector I think I've ever played. Alright, so we have 3 enemies coming here. What do we got? I mean, they're not good units, but they're also like better than most low quality sectors that popping out stuff. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We've captured that sector. This is a complete and utter train wreck for lots of things, but I kind of dig it and love it. I love that there's just this complete mismatch of things that are doing what they're supposed to do, but also absolutely do not belong together. So we're going to play another random sector maybe next time, but again, as I said at the beginning of the video, let me know what the heck I should be doing here, because I don't know, and I kind of want to get moving along. I know there's an entire other world or another planet that I can look at, so I'm trying to decide if I should just go through and either conquer the name sectors, if I can. I don't even know if I'm ready for that yet. I would really like to knock out all of these, but that's going to be a whole thing, and I don't think I'm ready for that quite yet. So I want to build on more of these sectors to try to at least establish some more stuff. So folks, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.